not even
Hello,
an answer.
everybody. Welcome to Echo Underground. I'm Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about music, movies, and TV shows, and any other interesting topics. Today's episode is about the new album by Imagine Dragons called Evolve. And I think I'm going to go first, and I'm going to give this album a solid A. I feel like you can listen to this album from top to bottom and not get bored, because every song, in my opinion, sounds different. So, Michael, what did you think?
It was a pretty good album. I do think you listened to it all the way through. Um, it's another quality over quantity album, which I like that a lot of albums are being shaped that way these days. And I think I feel confident giving this like a high B. So, yeah, it's really good.
Alright, so my number 3, I'm going to give it to I Don't Know Why, which is the intro to the album. It's a fun song. It has a nice beat. It's not something that I would expect from them, only because like my favorite song by Imagine Dragons before this album was Radioactive, and it's almost nothing like Radioactive.
Right.
It kind of has like a folk song type of feel, but I really like it. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is gonna go to Thunder. Actually, Thunder I thought was cool because there were like some pretty big like drums in the back to, like imitate Thunder that I thought was pretty cool. Like they were really going with the theme of that, and I was like, okay, you know what, I like this. I like where this is going. And it's one of the songs that hit you pretty hard as well.
Well, it kind of reminded me of, like, it was kind of weird. They used the weird sound of someone saying thunder as the beat, and I kind of liked that. It was very interesting. It's not my favorite song off the album, but it was pretty good. My number 2 is Yesterday.
Interesting.
It almost immediately caught my attention, and it's like between this and my number 1, but I was like, nah, we're gonna give it to Yesterday because I loved number 1 before, like, repeatedly. I listened to it all the time. But and I love the way he like came in with Yesterday. Something yesterday, and he was doing that throughout the entire track, and I enjoyed the song. Again, it has also like a folk rock type of feel. It reminded me of like some of those like 80 like indie bands, because they have the same type of sound. So I personally love the song because, again, it wasn't what I expected from them. What about you?
My number 2.
Yep.
My number 2, I'm going to give it to Rise Up, because for a similar reason you like Yesterday, the build that the song had into its like chorus or like its main like draw was pretty epic, and I like that a whole lot. Like it definitely was the going to the top of the roller coaster then drop you down type feel, which I like. But the chorus is pretty good. Once it did go up, by the way, like it didn't really go back down to the lower pace that it had earlier in the song, and I thought that was pretty cool.
It was oddly inspiring.
Yeah.
Like, I could see me playing in a movie.
Yeah. This does go with like a, I don't know, show tune or some shit.
Show tune.
Sorry, that's the wrong word. I forgot. Soundtrack. That's what I wanted to say.
Man, I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, number 1. I don't know if we had the same number 1, but mine's Believer.
Indeed, mine is number 1, Believer as well.
This is just a badass song. Like, it could be played in so many things. Like, I saw it on Riverdale, like, during, like, sex scenes and stuff. And then I see it in other places where someone's just snuffing someone in the face. It just works with every type of mood. You sad and you're like, make me a believer. And you're like, your spirits are lifted. And it's like, 1, is good for a soundtrack. And 2, it almost immediately draws you into it. To the point where, like, it like almost overshadowed. I think it was like almost all the tracks on this album. Not all, but almost all of them. And I completely love just how it was produced. I love the beat. I loved how the lead singer sounded on it. And it really made me fall in love with this album even more. And this is like the 3rd track on it. What's your opinion about Believer?
Believer, I see why it's the one that made to like the top 50 stations on radios now. It's pretty good. It's probably the most catchy song on this album, and for good reason. Like I think they knew what they were getting themselves into when they made this song, as far as like the song that they wanted to like make a single and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah. All right. So my honorable mention is Whatever It Takes. I have a couple honorable mentions, which is probably the rest of the album.
Right,
But
that's what I
whatever.
want to say. I'm thinking the same thing, to be honest.
But like, my top honorable mention is definitely Whatever It Takes. It's catchy, it's fun, and I like that he did like a sing rap type of sound when he was doing the verses.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was very unique towards him, and I fell in love with the song. Whatever it takes. Had to sing that for you guys. What about you?
My honorable mention. I'll only leave it to one since I don't want to end up using the whole album. It's only a handful of songs here, but I'm gonna give it to "Make It Up to You," actually, which is I'm pro if you screw up with your girlfriend, find a good song to like, do some damage control with. This is a damage control song, and I'm okay with that.
So if you mess up,
okay, here we go.
if you mess up,
This is why I didn't want to put into the trade secrets on the podcast because now I'm getting called out.
Am I gonna get like a vocal performance from Michael Brown?
Oh, you're putting a ballad. Okay, I was just gonna play it out loud while I was apologizing. I wasn't gonna sing it myself.
Oh, I expected like a whole performance.
Okay, would that work?
We have to hear the voice first.
All right, I'm trying that once and only once. Okay, for you.
Just throw it.
Any kind of flack at me, any kind of flack that comes after my performance, listen, you ain't never seen it again.
So scared.
Give someone that deserves it, like my mom or something like that.
Mama's boy.
What ifs? But yeah, Make It Up to You, very awesome song. One of the slower paced ones that doesn't really hit you as hard as my top three. 'Cause I'm pretty sure my top three was like I think your top three as well.
I know he was like, "Oh, my top three, my top."
Look at this, guys. Making this about herself. Anyway, but yeah, like a lot of the songs were like really punchy on the album, and like this is one of them that weren't, but it was still really good. So yeah, definitely another reason why it's quality over quantity here.
Walking the Wire. Now this came after Believer, and here's the thing. When it first started, it was like,
yeah,
and then when it actually once it hit the chorus the first time, the song never went back down in my opinion. So that's what made the song good. I said it was okay song, but if I took it out of this album and I heard it normally, I would think it's like the shit. But on this album, compared to other ones, I just thought it was okay.
It's blending in a little bit too much, which I agree with. Because I feel like one of the things Imagine Dragons did really good with this album is they had a lot of like good crescendos, like you just mentioned. Like they have a lot of good build-ups into the main part. Listen, man, this is high school music class. Really, that's the last time I even used this word. But yeah, like like they did a really good job of like building up into like the best part of the song and leaving the best part of the song for the majority of the song. Like they didn't like take you for a roller coaster where you were mad the roller coaster was slowing down in certain parts. This was just a fun ride all the way back down.
Yeah. Actually, to think about I'll Make It Up to You, I think it gets better each time you listen to it. So I really love that song too.
Yeah.
Like it
grew on me. It almost made my top 3 to be honest, but yeah, it grew on me.
It did too. I was like, but I like those other 3 better.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. We talked about Yesterday. Well, I did. What do you think about Yesterday?
Yesterday was a good song too. It wasn't one of the ones that blended in because like it was
Yesterday.
It's one of the ones where like it had some excitement to it, like and I feel like at least for me, like even though I will call out the slower songs to be really good, the ones that were like really punchy, like this song Yesterday, they stand out a lot to me, and it stand out a lot in this album as well. Like it has its own unique sound, so I couldn't really knock it for anything. I liked it.
All right, next song, Mouth of the River.
This is the one song where I was like, all right, maybe it didn't really like. It's the only song on the album that I was like, I couldn't really give it as much praise. I thought it was a good song.
I love the song.
I like the song. I love all the other ones. That's how I feel about this one. That pretty much sums it up.
Hating. Side eye.
I don't know.
No, like for me, it was a very inspiring song because, like, listen to the lyrics. There's actually some good message in there. Right. It was also fun, and it was like very relaxed at some points. Like you could listen. Honestly, you could just listen to this album relaxed. There's nothing like it's not like the Nickelback one was like you betrayed us. It's nothing like that.
Yeah, just a while ago we listened to it like 3 times all the way through without even realizing. So
yeah, it's a very easy listen song. I can't say if it's the best album by them because I haven't listened to the other 2. But alone, I think it's a very good album. Then there's Thunder, which was your number 3,
Yep,
right?
number 3. Yep.
I think I talked about this, but I originally I wrote Simple Beat, and then when it was like thunder, that little part, and they started using that as a beat, I was like, oh, it's a little bit weird, but it works. The hook and the chorus is the best part
I agree.
of Thunder, and it's
biggest
also
draw.
probably why it's a single, because if you have a good hook and a chorus,
Oh, single?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
it's Thunder and Believer are the singles.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Start Over. This is actually one where I feel you have to listen to multiple times. Because each time it gets better. First listen, you're like, it's okay. Second listen, I fucks with it. And then it keeps going.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. It was very interesting. I didn't expect it to go where it went.
Same.
And I kind of feel that way about this whole album. It was kind of unpredictable.
Yeah, that's a good thing to it too. It's definitely not something you saw coming.
Now, here's one. Is Dancing in the Dark. The closer of the album.
Right.
I, oddly enough, love that song. Because originally I gave it like a decent grade, like an 8 out of 10. But then the weird auto-tune that he has in there works as well. It's a very interesting arrangement. And like, the more I listen, the more I like it. I don't know about you. What do you think about that?
I thought it was good, but like y'all know me, I'm a stickler for the last song on an album. I think other songs on the album could have been the last song, because I feel like after this song, and this is a credit to the song itself, I still wanted more. Like I didn't feel like it was a closer if I listened to it all the way through.
You didn't feel like
I got surprised when the album started over, because like we had the album on loop, and then all of a sudden like it was back to the first song, and I was like, oh man, I wanted like one more out of this, like I didn't feel like it should have been somewhere in the last spot,
Yeah, because it was kind of weird. You had Start Over, which like pounds you in it, and then it's like Dancing in the Dark,
right?
Like,
right.
And it's very mellow and it's chill, and it's kind of like, okay, you expect another song because of how it ends, but you don't get one. The album's over. They like go home. That's basically what they said.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the song itself, I'm really only knocking the song for its position on the album. I'm not knocking it for the actual sound of the song. Like, it's okay. I do like the song. Just feel like it would fit better somewhere else. But yeah, it's a pretty good song.
So what song would you end the album on?
Let's see. Actually, I ended on yours yesterday, actually. I wouldn't mind ending on yesterday.
I would end it on Believer, oddly enough.
Really?
Yes.
I don't really know how many singles, that's like songs that make singles, actually end their album.
There's a lot of albums, but I would end it on Believer, because I think that would be a really good, powerful way to take this album out.
Okay, that's fair.
Either Believer or, actually, I agree with you with Yesterday. Even Believer Yesterday, I would end the album with.
Yeah,
I think the first song was perfect to start it.
I do too. I think the first two were perfect, actually. Like, just the synergy of them two after each other.
Whatever it takes.
Completely okay with that.
Yes. Good shit. Imagine Dragons. I love this album. I do want to go back and maybe listen to their
previous work or something like that.
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of their older songs, their EP and stuff, and some of these songs I didn't expect from them. It's very more. What's the genre? Because it is rock, but it has a lot of pop influence in there.
Yeah, a little bit of indie rock in there. Yeah.
So it's definitely like something that's going to be easier to cross over on the top 40. 100%.
Definitely, absolutely.
Every song on this album could be a single, in my opinion.
I tend to agree with it, actually. Yeah.
So good job, guys.
Definitely, quality over quantity. I think that's the reason why it's as good as it is. It didn't need any fluff. Didn't need any song to just take up space. Like, what is it? 11 songs?
Yeah.
Perfect. I think they did a pretty good job. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible to have like 22 good songs that are all good, but I feel like this day and age, we come across. I'm just saying, like, this day and age, we come across a lot of albums where it's like, you gotta pick the first half or the last half to love. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Gorillaz. But anyway.
Yo, the shade. Leave them alone. Like, leave them alone.
I'm over it. I sound mad because I'm not. I sound mad? I'm really not. Anyway.
You sound mad though. But so I guess we're gonna close out. I think we hit everything.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad I could say. I didn't even have a worse song on this album.
Right.
Alright, so guys, we want to know what you guys think of Imagine Dragons' new album. We want to know any opinions, any, like, maybe give us some references to new artists, because we're open to try new artists.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's part of a genre we're not really a fan of. You know, maybe we'll do a metal album one day. Maybe. But we gotta know the artist, gotta get our attention.
Right.
I ain't gonna, like, be digging for it, but if you make suggestions, we'll definitely listen eventually. And then, so you can hit us up at Echo U Podcast on Twitter. We have an email, echoundergroundpodcast@gmail.com. And you actually could leave comments either on SoundCloud, Stitcher, other podcasting apps, and then iTunes as well. And you can follow and subscribe on our many different platforms. And we'll see you in the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.